So welcome back to the Zim Green Footwear channel. This is our first episode from the factory for 2024. I can't believe it's the 1st of February already, but we are looking forward to the year ahead. So today what we're going to do is just give you a recap of what's happening here at the factory and what we can look forward to for the remainder of this year. Before we dive into what to look forward to for 2024, just a huge thank you to now over 10,000 subscribers of you to our channel. Without you guys, it wouldn't be worth it, and we really enjoy putting these videos together and giving you an inside look and authentic touch around the Zim Green brand and what's going on here at the factory. Many of the decisions we make actually do come from the comment section, whether it's on YouTube or various other social platforms, so we do love hearing back from you. And one question we have for this year is, how do you guys want us to structure our YouTube channel? So currently we do quite a lot of work from the factory where we do, which has been quite a big hit, is our custom boots of the week, which we love putting together and showing you guys. Every week's a new adventure. But then again, we also love to do some outside of the factory work, where, as you may have seen our episode where we went and did some work with the Rangers from Table Mountain, or when we went hiking through the Umfolozi National Park. Do you guys want us to keep that content on this channel, or do you want us to rather move it to a second channel? Personally, we're not really about the views and the algorithm. We would rather have all our Zim Green fans on one platform, and you guys can pick and choose which episode you want to watch. So let's kick things off with what is happening here at the factory. So end of last year, start of this year, we gave the factory a complete repaint. So while we were doing this repaint, we decided that it'll be a great idea to add a bit of artwork to the entrance to our factory. So we got a local artist that did a really good mural of our African Ranger hiking in the Drakensberg mountain. And one other thing that has really gone down well here is that when every staff member came back to our factory this year, we rolled out uniforms. And lastly, now this is something that's not confirmed, it's just in discussions, but we are looking at expanding our factory floor space. Now, we can currently operate quite comfortably in the space that we do have, but it would be beneficial to have a little bit more space to operate in. At the same time, many of our machines are over 30 years old now, so we are looking at updating some of these machines while at the same time just restoring our old ones. Now, these old ones we won't sell off, but rather we're going to allocate them to our custom-made boot department. Now, many of you made use of our custom-made boots last year, and we saw some really amazing and beautiful, unique boots come through the factory. Now, what we'll do is shift these old machines to that department, and it'll just help with the lead time for the requests that we do get. Many custom-made of anything that you can order out there in the world, there's generally quite a lengthy waiting period, and that is something that I do not want to do for our Zim Green fans. Now onto an update from our Boots for Rangers program. Now this is something that is quite close to my heart, and never did I ever expect where we would be today, and it's all because of the support from you chaps that enjoy wearing our African Ranger boots, so thank you very much. So great news is that by June of this year, we would have put on feet just over 3,000 pairs of boots for Rangers. Now, we haven't had an update in quite a while on our boot donations program, and that is because it's quite a mission to get the boots from our factory to these Rangers. They're working in some of the most remote parts of Africa, and it's a bit of a logistical nightmare. So what we did is we held off until we had raised another 1,000 pairs, and we are now in the process of allocating those thousands that will soon be on feet. One of our claims to fame last year was that every single Zim Parks Ranger in the Zambezi Valley is now wearing a pair of Zim Green boots. For those of you familiar with Zimbabwe, you will be aware of the hard times that they have had, and the rangers in these areas are protecting some of the most beautiful landscapes. So it's great for us to have these boots on those teams, and at the same time we're getting some really good feedback from them. And we hope as the year unfolds that we're able to get more stories and more footage of our boots in action in these areas. Now, another project that has been taking a couple months to come together, and that is our very own unique Zim Green polish. Now what we wanted to do here is come up with something unique, something that isn't available in the market, and something that works really well not just on our leathers but on pretty much any leather product. Now, this is just a prototype. It's what our branding is going to look like. We've put a lot of time and effort into coming up with something fairly unique with our African touch, while at the same time including an African touch in the ingredients that we're going to be using. So what we have run with here is a marula fruit oil, a macadamia nut oil, a beeswax, and a sugarcane wax. Now later on in the year, once we come out with this polish, we'll do a bit more of a deep dive into the benefits of all these ingredients and what makes this a really great all-round polish. Just a little bit of inside info is that one of the specs we wanted with this polish was that we didn't want to change the color of leathers too drastically. So this pair of boots, which is our natural veg retan leather, I wore this boot when we were testing out and making prototypes for the Numan boot. I was polishing this boot once or twice a week with this, some of the samples of our polish. And as you can see here, it's given it it's really uplifted the leather and given it a nice shine, while at the same time not losing too much of that natural leather look. Now I'm sure the part you've all been looking forward to, and that is what new styles and leathers and stock items are we going to be offering for 2024. Now we do have 1 or 2 new styles currently in the works, and one of them is a barefoot 8-inch version. Now many of you will be familiar with our barefoot African Ranger, where we worked with Rose Anvil to develop this boot. And now when I was in America, beginning of January, I went and met up with him, and we sat for 2 days and went through what are we going to change with this 8-inch version of the barefoot boot. This prototype that's on the table is nowhere near it's kind of where we're going to be heading, but it's not the final version. But this is just kind of a little bit of a sneak peek to what we are going to be coming out with. We haven't decided on the leathers or anything like that. There still might be more changes to this, but it's just a little bit of an inside look to what is happening. Another boot that we're going to be working on, and it's nowhere near to show on camera yet, is that we are working on a mock toe gym green boot. Now I'm very excited about this. It's, you know, traditionally the Crouch Footwear factory was a mock toe factory, and we are looking forward to having this mock toe in our range. But as you know, a boot like this takes lots of time and work to make it perfect. Now to go with this mock toe is that we wanted to add a new sole. Now we didn't want something as rugged as our JG lug sole, and we didn't want something as flat as our Ringo OR wedge sole. So what we did is that we took our tire tread sole, which many of you may have seen available in some of our styles, and what we're going to be doing is just toning this down a little bit. So the lugs in this sole we have halved, and what we're going to be doing is turning this into a comfort wedge sole. So this is prototype 1 of the mold. It's not actually a wedge at the moment, but as you can imagine, we're going to grade this down to be a wedge sole, and we're also going to run it in a much more comfortable rubber. Now, just talking on comfortable rubber is that we are in the process of rolling out and rebranding all our gym green soles. So some of you might even have them on your feet already, but underneath your soles, you're going to start to see a green plug with our gym green branding on it. And this is just so that we can form our own identity. Now finally, our Numan boot, which is about to be delivered in America. So thank you to all of you that have supported our pre-sale, and to the beginning supporters that supported the first 100 pairs that went in. Now the Numan boot, we are getting some really good feedback. If you go into Reddit and look it up, you'll see some of the early customers that got this boot, what they have to say about it. So what we're going to do is look at adding a few more other colors to the range. This will be an all black, our Houston black leather. This is, as all of you may know, our oily fudge. And then we've also got the Houston green, which has gone down really well. In addition to the Numan boot, we are looking at doing the exact same boot, hasn't got a name yet, just without the toe cap. Now, here I've got the 2 green ones in front of me, and you can see it just adds a slightly different look and take on the boot. Now this is something that will probably only come out middle to end of the year, but let us know in the comment section below which color leathers we will do, and if this is a boot that you would be more interested in without the toe cap. So thanks very much once again. We are looking forward to the year ahead, And as mentioned earlier, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and if you have any comments or ideas for us, just put them in the comment section below. We do read all of them, and lots of them we do take very seriously. So we're wishing you all the very best for the year ahead, and thanks once again for all the support.